Hey guys, Agent Kyle here today, and I'm bringing you another couple upgrades from the Hyve Technologies assortment of upgrades that are possible for your Glock 42, 43, as I don't have a Glock 26 or 27, any of the other Glocks except for this one. So if you've been following me through this entire endeavor talking about the base plates, both the plus twos and then the plus ones over here, I have nothing but really positive things to say about them. I do carry these in my carry gun, as you can see with my mags. Yes, these ones are loaded. No, there's nothing in the gun, and they will stay unloaded and away from the gun. They're just on the table today to show you that, hey, I actually do use these, that Hyve is just sending me this stuff just to promote them, and oh yeah, by the way, I don't actually use their stuff because it sucks. No, Hyve stuff is phenomenal. Their customer service is fantastic, and I trust them enough to use them in my own carry. So if you've been following me, you know that I've been doing an assortment of these upgrades. The only thing that I have not gotten so far are the pins, as we see here and here. And those will probably come in the future. I haven't quite decided if I want to go silver or black yet. But from what you can automatically see on the table, the biggest difference so far is actually, oops, as I dropped that little guy, the mag release. If you know anything about the Glock 42, 43, and any of the Gen 4 options, you know that this mag release is actually able to be swapped to the other side of the gun to make it lefty friendly. I am a right-handed shooter, so I just simply swapped it out and then kept it on the left-hand side of the gun. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that now. As you can see, the gun is completely unloaded. And we're not going to be really talking about the excess big dots in this overview. There are plenty of other reviews out there on them right now, but check that out. This is an anodized blue aluminum mag release. It does have really decent checkering on it. If you can hear that all right. And it's raised actually quite a bit. The biggest portion we see is actually right here. And as you can tell, it does stick up quite a bit from the gun. The flush one comes in sitting about that high. Of course, being on this side. But as you can see, it's absolutely flush on this side. And that's exactly how the standard stock mag release is on this gun. When we take a look at the texturing like this, we can tell that the Hyve one is got multiple directions of texturing. There's nothing really wrong with this standard stock one. You don't really even need an extended mag release, but I tell you, when you go ahead and we've already cleared the gun empty mag. So with it like this, it's really easy to pop out. You don't really have to change your grip a whole lot. I haven't had any issues with any sort of grip releasing the mag too early, so I'm not really too concerned about that. The mag release though is really good looking, and it really matches the rest of the blue on the back of this gun, as we know with the back plate on this, and then my two extra mag carriers, the base plates on the bottom. So Hyve Technologies is just really excellent with all their stuff. So, but to go ahead and take it to the cream of the crop, or I guess the main preview of this exact video, Hyve sent me something else, and if you follow them on Instagram, you can tell that they do make an assortment of parts, and one of those is a trigger. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Hyve Technologies Glock 42 trigger, Glock 43 trigger, and surprisingly, it actually comes as a complete drop-in part with everything as you see right here. It does have a pre-travel stop on there, and I'm going to show you how to put this in. It's just that easy to do, and I'm not a gunsmith at all, guys. It is literally a drop-in part, but they went ahead and they tuned to take all the pre-travel out of this guy, and it is just phenomenal. The only thing I wish that they could have done, but then again, it's not really their problem at that point, is maybe just a little bit of polishing on this guy just to make it a little smoother. But I'm telling you, this little piece right here is just amazing. Just as always, the machining on this guy is absolutely flawless. There are no sharp edges and burrs on this. They do stamp the Hyve Technologies right there. I know some people don't really like that. That it happens to say Hyve on all their stuff. I really personally don't care. It's kind of like you owning a Glock and it saying Glock all over the gun. Tough luck. Don't buy a Glock. I don't know what to tell you. They're very proud of their stuff, and for no good reason. I mean, it's amazing. And the machining on it, as I said, is absolutely impeccable. It does come with a little stupid trigger dingus safety that I'm sure people get really upset if they omitted. because I know I've read on some forums people in the SIG 320 or P320 line have gotten a little upset they didn't have a trigger safety. It's really whatever, but I mean this color is just so rich, and I elected to have them just do a standard black safety on there. I could have done blue or any other color, but why not just keep it black? The only, and this is so small, the only thing on here that I don't really like is your finger gets just a little itty bitty pinch right there. And really guys, it's more just the that little top layer of skin. It's nothing that I would even complain about, honestly. But if you've been watching and following me for a while, you know my reviews are as honest they can possibly be. Hyve is not paying me to do this. They did send me a lot of this stuff at no charge, but no way, shape, or form am I being given money to say this. They are just a phenomenal company. I would buy more of their stuff if they offered it, and other guns in which I would own. So I really hope that maybe in the future they'll make a Glock 42, Glock 43 slide. I know I will be purchasing that one. I won't let them send that one to me for free. But so far so good. This is just an amazing setup. So let's go and get into taking apart the gun and putting this little trigger in there. And like I said, I'm not a gunsmith, but have a little bit of patience with me, as it's very difficult to do this behind a camera. And if you've never tried, before you critique anyone, I suggest that you try it. So we'll go ahead and just double check the gun, make sure it's empty, which it is. Safe direction, pull the trigger, take the slide apart. And we're just gonna set the slide over here out of the side of the camera. So as we see right there, there's a little bit more of that amazing mag release. Does a really good job. I really like this piece. So a little trick that I did pick up from Such's video taking apart this gun is actually, instead of wiggling the mag release or mag catch, he actually pushes on it right here in this little section, right in that bar. So I'm going to try and demonstrate that for you really fast here. And just literally just a little bit of push, and push on this just like so. And literally guys, I was just pushing a little bit with my thumb right there. So we're going to take that out, and I'm just going to bring a roll of duct tape in there just to contain all the little pieces. So next we're going to take the locking block out. I'm going to use the back of my punch so I don't try and bend this, but literally all you do with this is just whoop, just like that, and then I can slip my punch in there the rest of the way, and this just comes right out as well. So next we're going to take out the little mag catch. I really wish I knew how these things worked, because it doesn't really seem like it should work as a mag catch, seeing as there's no other moving parts and the spring is captive. I'm not an engineer, so whatever. Next we're going to go and do is, we'll actually use the roll of duct tape for this one, so we'll bring it just a little closer. We're going to take our punch here, and we're just going to push this little pin right out. And Glock does suggest that you go from left to right. A good way to remember that is you just want to be able to see the Glock logo on your actual grip. So we're just going to push that pin all the way out and then push down. And then next what we're going to do is we're just going to grab it by the ejector right here, and we're just going to go ahead and pull this right out. At this point we're just going to set the frame right there, and here is your trigger group. And really this is just the easiest part, and I really hope in the Gen 5 guns Glock kind of does this to all of them. There's no springs to reattach here. All you do is you just want to slip it out of this little hole right here and away from this little guy right here. So we'll demonstrate that by going about like this. Here we go. I'm going to try not to look at it through my camera, guys. So you just pop it out this way, and then just very carefully, just like that. So all I did is I just took it, if this is all in this group, as I just did, so I popped it out this way and I rotated it like that, so it removes itself free from your entire assembly. So we're just going to take this and set it off to the side. Next we will take our new trigger, and this will be the same with no matter what trigger you buy from Hyve or not, if it already comes pre-installed like this. So we'll go ahead and reverse that process by sticking it into there first and then popping it back into that little hole. And there you go, guys. Literally, your trigger is completely reassembled now. So there we go. Just kidding. Now it's reassembled. So it should, you'll know that it's reassembled because you can shake it like this. It's not going to fall out. So next we'll do is we'll go ahead and reinsert it all back into your frame. So I like to do this by holding my frame in my left hand, my trigger group in my right, and you're going to drop the trigger in first. And then after that, I just rotate it around, making sure that I can see all sides. And you just want to push it back in. And then your trigger is in place. Now, as you see here, there is a little bit of play. You will have to kind of push that down a little bit as we progress forward. So now we're just going to go ahead and reverse the process. We're going to take our mag catch, mag release, and we're just going to set it right down into its little hole. Oops, and not drop it through the mag. So set it right in there. Just go ahead and slide it all the way up. It should be at about right here. And as you can see, it does find a hole right there. So next what we'll do to keep that mag catch in place is we're going to put our locking block back in. And that part goes forward. So opposite of a jet. So we're just going to put this little piece in forward. Like so, and push down. And next what we'll do is we're just going to remove our roll of duct tape, set it off to the side, and we're going to go ahead and put it all back in. So take this little guy, put that into the hole, and this is the part where we're just going to push the trigger grouping down just a little bit, and literally it just slides in. So all the way in like that. And as you saw from those pins, they were it doesn't matter which side that you put in first because they've got the little catch on there. And then I just like to push it just a little bit. And the trigger, or sorry, the locking block pin should not move at all. So next what we're going to do is we're just going to take our little plastic pin in the back and we're just going to push this guy in. And then from there, I just take the back of my punch and I just kind of push it in the rest of the way, making it completely flush on the inside right there. Almost there. There we go. You can't see it from the back side. And literally, it's just that easy. So let me go ahead and grab my frame, or not my frame, my slide. From here, just reassemble the gun. And as we see, it still works. So now we're going to demonstrate the pull, and I'll go and throw up a video of both of these pulls. I'm going to try and get them simultaneously pulling at the same time. But look at this. This is the pre-trial. Ready? And you're at the squishy Glock wall. I don't really believe in switching out my connector to a lighter one, especially in a carry gun. So you will have just a little bit of that sponginess that Glock is known for because you're cocking the striker the rest of the way. But literally, as you see in the video that we're demonstrating right now, the take up on a standard trigger versus a upgraded trigger is just amazing. There's no pre-travel in this. It's all eliminated, and so far I really do enjoy it greatly. So just to now demonstrate just by itself. So again, gun is empty and it there. So ready to pre-travel, done. And it just breaks just that cleanly. And as far as the reset goes, still audible, just like we know from Glock. So let's just go ahead and put my finger right here at the point in which it's at right now with my fingernail. That is all the further forward it went. I gotta say, I'm just beyond impressed with this trigger. Not only was it a drop-in part, but other than just the modifications you see on here, which are the base plates, the mag catch, and the trigger, there are no other additional internal upgrades to this. I've not polished anything. As you can see here, my very dirty former trigger, and I have tried to clean it up a little bit. It does kind of polish itself out just a smidgen as time goes on. As you can see, just a little bit of scratching there, which helps, but there's been no additional polishing, no additional swap outs of the springs. This trigger is just that phenomenal. So I really hope that Hyve brings more of these to market very soon for the rest of the consumer world. Overall, I'm so impressed by it. I really can't wait to continue to shoot it more and just enjoy it. Now I know what some of you are thinking, that hey, you really shouldn't be swapping out parts on a carry gun. I've not changed any parts as far as springs go to make it so it would fire any quicker with less effort. And honestly, if you shoot somebody in a defensive gun use, your trigger's not going to be the most important part there. The fact that you shot somebody is going to be the most important part. So anyways, this is Asian Kyle signing out, just talking about the last couple upgrades I did, but primarily the trigger from Hyve, as I've not seen any other people review that on YouTube or anything. Hyve, seriously, thumbs way up on this. I really appreciate all your support in giving me these components, so that way I can talk about them and show people about them. So again, guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe this, and go and buy some Hyve products. I'll annotate the links down below. This is Asian Kyle signing out.